Hi, my name is Robert Schreiber, and today we'll be discussing how to set your class's accelerated reader goals. Setting your students' accelerated reader goals is an important part of the program. Before we get started, there's a few things you're going to need to get ready. First, you're going to need to download the accelerated reader goal setting chart. It can be found by logging into Renaissance Place and then clicking on the Resources button under the Accelerated Reader tab. From there, you're going to need to click on the Forms and Charts button. As you can see, there's two separate goal setting charts. For the one we're using today is going to be the top one. It just says goal setting chart on it. When you click on that, it comes up as a PDF. And you can either choose to download and save the PDF or keep this window open. I recommend you just print this chart out now. You're going to need to use it throughout the goal setting process. You're probably going to use it the next time as well. So it's good to just keep it on hand. You can maybe put it in a binder somewhere. Keep it away. The second thing you're going to need to have on hand is your student's reading level. Once you have those two things, you're ready to get started. So I'm going to click back, return to home. And from the main page of Renaissance Place, I'm going to need to click on my class record books. From here, I'm going to need to click on the reading practice goals. And that's going to bring a list up of the students in my class. As you can see, I have this big red message that pops up top that says, to set goals for students in this class, you must first select the marking period for this class. So if you see that, which you may, you need to click on Select Marking Periods. And that brings up a list of the different marking periods I have available to me, along with the dates that they're active for. So for what I'm doing today, I really only need the first marking period, but I'm going to need the rest of them later on in the year. So I might as well just click all of them now and get it out of the way, so I don't have to come back later and do this again. Now that I've selected my marking period, it's going to bring me back to the main reading practice goal page, and from here I'll be able to edit my student goals. I need to make sure I'm in the right marking period, so I'm in the correct period in period 1. Now I can just click on Edit Student Goals. Again, a list of my students pops up. I can see I have 3 options I can choose to change. The first option is the average percent correct. According to the accelerated reader literature that I've read, it says that students scoring an average of 85% correct right on quizzes have shown great growth in their reading levels. So you have the ability to adjust it between 85 to 90%, or you can turn it off completely. For what I'm doing today, I'm just going to leave it at 85%, but you may want to modify it based on your students' needs. The second area I have to choose from is the points goal. And this is where we're going to need our goal setting chart and the students' reading levels. So let me pull up my goal setting chart here. When I pull it up, I see lots of information up top and lots of numbers down below. For what we're doing today, we only really need to be working with 2 different columns of numbers. The first column I need to look at is the grade equivalent score. This is where I'm going to find the number corresponding with my student's reading level. I'm going to highlight it. So let's say for my first student, Marcus, let's say he was reading at 4.5 reading level. I'm going to highlight that and we'll come back to it later. The column next to the grade equivalent is the suggested ZPD, or zone of proximal development. We really don't need this for today, but it's a good idea to let your students know what their level is so they can choose books at that level. Studies again have shown that students achieve the greatest growth in their reading levels when they read books in their zone of proximal development. The second area we're really going to be working with today is the minutes of daily practice. Here you're going to decide how many minutes a day your students will be reading on average. For what we're doing today, let's say it's 30 minutes. They also have the choice of 60 minutes and 20 minutes. And you can combine these, say if you wanted 80 minutes, combine them together. Or if you wanted 50 minutes, combine the 30 and 20 together. For what we're doing today, let's say it's 30 minutes a day. Our marking periods at my school are 6 weeks long. So we are going to be working in the column that's 30 minutes a day, 6-week marking period. All of our students' goals are going to be in this column. So let me highlight that real quick. There we go. Alright. So for Marcus, who's reading at 4.5 reading level, 30 minutes a day, and a 6-week marking period, by the end of that marking period, he should have 9.5 points. Now that I know Marcus's point total, I can go back into Accelerated Reader and change his goal. So Marcus, goal is going to be 9.5. The third option I have to change is the average book level. I like to set this goal right about at their reading level, so they have a choice to read some books that are more difficult, some books that are easier. They should still be reading books in their zone of proximal development, but this gives them an option to read some books that are a little more challenging and some that are not. So let's set this at 4.5. After you've had a chance to fill this in for all of your students, click the Save button, and it'll pull up your reading practice goal page again. Now their goals will be filled in. Hope this helped you out.